This episode is sponsored by Jacobson Real Estate Company. Are you ready to find your dream home? Or maybe you're thinking about selling and want the best deal possible? Well, look no further. At Jacobson Real Estate Company, we make buying or selling your home smooth, stress-free, and exciting. With 50 plus years of experience and a deep knowledge of the Winona, Minnesota area market, we specialize in turning your real estate goals into reality. Whether it's finding that perfect neighborhood, negotiating top dollar for your property, or answering all of your questions along the way, we're here for you. Plus, with our personalized approach, you're not just a client, you're family. So why wait? Let Jacobson Real Estate Company open the door to your future. Call us today at 507-313-2716 or visit our website at jacobsonrealestatecompany.com. Because your next chapter starts here. Buy, sell, invest. Jacobson Real Estate Company. Welcome to this week's edition of Brews and Crews. I am your host, Chris Jacobson, and today you know who's on the podcast because you've just listened to 5 days of daily podcasting with Justin Edwards and Brett Hurley on our Sturgis trip, and we are here to do a recap. And also, as you're watching it, if you're watching it on YouTube, you will see a lot of photos and videos as well of our trip. So if you are listening to the audio version and you want to see what some of our trip looked like, hop on over to YouTube and you can watch that as well. So, boys, we're here and we are doing a recap of our thoughts, things we would change, things we loved about our trip to Sturgis. That took about 6 days for Justin. It was 7 days because he had to come up a little early, but where should we start?
Probably day one would be a good way.
Day one, we went to Winter.
So day one, I left Dubuque about 2 o'clock.
You did, yeah.
And then I drove straight to Stewartville.
Yep.
And I stayed at a very nice hotel in Stewartville.
You did?
I ate dinner at Casey's, the gas station right next door.
I bet Chris would have loved that.
It was beef pizza and a cheeseburger, so pretty much our diet for the remainder of the week. But
things haven't done differently.
Yeah. And then
Brett was corn dogs.
And then I went to bed. So that was day one asterisk.
All right, asterisk. And then day two or day one for Brett and I, we just met you in Stewartville to link up, and we headed off, and we took I-90 all the way to just past
Hartford, South Dakota.
And then we went down to Winter. So day one was just strictly riding. Thoughts on that? I know, Brett, there's one thing that you loved, as did I. It's probably the same exact part of the ride that we both loved.
Yeah, it was like we talked about in the first mini episode, the bridge going over the Missouri River.
Yep. Going over the Missouri River was a really, really nice scenic route. And I would say yes to going that way once, but not if we were to do this again.
Well, like I told you guys earlier, I would make a point to go over that bridge, even if I had to go a little bit out of the way. So if I go back, I would likely probably still stay in Winter. The hotel was accommodating and it was nice. And then I probably would just shoot back onto the interstate, but take that loop because that bridge was, I'm so glad we were able to see it.
I wasn't expecting it. It came out of nowhere and I was like, whoa, that is a really cool thing. I got it on the video camera, so that's cool. Justin, your thoughts on that?
Oh, no, I absolutely love that area, too. But one thing that jumped out at me today on our way back, because I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but when we were going over the bridge on 90, they had a sign for Lake Francis Case, which we had determined was the name of what they had it labeled as on that bridge, too. So, I mean, that's a incredibly huge lake.
40-some odd miles it would be then.
I would say pretty close. I mean, because all those signs that we saw for winter said 44 miles. Now, winter might be a little bit further south than where the bridge actually sits. But either way, I mean, you're talking a substantially large lake. I mean, this is, Lake Pepin would be almost not even comparable.
No, and you're right, because we saw signs. So for those who are listening, we came back home through I-90 to Sioux Falls. And as we looked off on the exits, we noticed that winter, where we first stayed, was 44-ish miles away south. So, yeah, that is a pretty huge lake. Can only imagine taking a boat out there.
You could probably make a day of just going from... I'm assuming that it starts in Chamberlain, just the way that the...
Pickstown is the furthest point south. And Pickstown.
Okay.
Pickstown.
Pickstown. With a P?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We don't know if there's any Hicks in that
And then
town.
there's what appears to be a dam in Fort Thompson, so I would suspect that's probably the distance of it, because then it goes into, I'm probably going to butcher this, but Arikara Creek.
So one thing I'm thinking of as we're thinking about this and talking about it is, I don't know if I'd go all the way 45 minutes for that just to go south, because we did cross the Missouri River on I-90, and that was, I would say, just as spectacular, and it was less time.
I guess the views of the river itself, I would agree, were very similar, but it was the road after that really made it for me on day one. When we crossed the bridge.
And the bridge, though.
I mean, the bridge is cool being a 2-lane bridge rather than the 4-lane interstate.
Yes.
Okay.
But what I guess for me personally, what stood out was just the roads after the bridge, where you're driving through the bluffs that you only can see from 90.
Correct.
I mean, it's the same topography, but instead of just driving straight on an interstate that goes up and down, you're like in the bluffs or the hills, going up and down and winding around.
Let's pause right here for a second.
Winding around.
And we were winding around. So yeah, I mean, you're right. That was really cool. I-90 is pretty flat, obviously, as we found out.
The ride, and we'll get to it when we get to today's stuff that we did, but the ride itself today and getting here, I felt was much easier than
For sure.
the route when we left from home and then dropped down in Hartford and then took all those back 2-lane roads to get to winter. But I think there's a way that you could stay on 90, drop down, cross over, and then kind of pop back up. Yeah, you're probably doing about 85, 90 miles out of your way technically, unless you would have just stayed on 90 and kept going through.
Yep.
And let's say stay in Mitchell or something like that and then go the rest of the way. But if I'm going to come back, like I've said before, I'm going to be bringing Allison, and I would love for her to see that. If I were by myself, no. Or
You've already seen it.
yeah, I've already seen it.
But you got to make sure it's still there so you can say, yep, still there.
This is like it's been for
Yeah,
thousands
my
of
luck is whenever we plan a trip out here, they'll be doing bridge repairs.
Yeah, bridge closed, so you went 45 minutes out of your way.
please turn around to the alternate detour, which is I-90.
Bridge closed, turn around.
That would suck. Well, so day one was just strictly riding for 7+ hours. And then day 2, we took our trip from Winter all the way to our destination, which was Lead. But we went through the Badlands. We stopped at Wall, got through Rapid City all the way to Lead. And that ride was between Winter and the Badlands. But the Badlands was cool. And as you guys both had stated earlier when we were just talking, we could go through the other end of Badlands from I-90, go through the Badlands, and still come back out by Wall.
Yeah, you go to the eastern entrance to it.
So that would be if we were redoing that, I would say that's the way I would go. If we were going to do it again, because that seems more efficient. But the Badlands were something I think is a must see. It was really cool. Got some amazing photos, I think. And it was just a really cool experience that you're not flying through. You're going like 35, 40 miles an hour through, so you get to kind of take it all in.
Plenty of spots to stop along the way,
That
too.
was
So,
cool,
I mean,
Yeah.
out of everything that we did this entire week, that would be the one spot I feel like you had more than ample opportunity to stop and take in different sights.
For sure.
All the other trails we went on would have scenic spots to stop, but few and far between compared to the Badlands, where literally it felt like, I don't know, every like 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 at the most miles that you're driving, there's another like scenic location with a whole different view of what you were just looking at 2, 3, 4 miles before.
I mean, you go down and then you go up, and then you kind of loops you through the whole topography of the park, for sure.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought just when I thought it was about to end, it kept going, and a new scene popped up. So I thought that was cool. We could have stopped there for one of them, but we never got through. And
You could spend a whole day there.
And it was 98 degrees that day.
It was
98 degrees. Speaking of which, sponsor us 98 degrees.
it was not just 98 degrees on the radio. It was 98 degrees on the thermostat.
Correct.
That's right. I like that. And then we headed off to Wall. I mean, Wall is what it is, but we had to stop at the Hurley store, obviously, to get our poker chip.
Well, and it's a must-see.
I guess, yeah.
But, yeah.
But we had to get our poker chip.
Poker chip and just
I feel like if we were in a vehicle that allowed more hauling capabilities, Wall's a shopping destination, really. I mean,
yeah,
you could have spent a whole day there going through all the shops, and if you were looking for something specific,
oh yeah,
they have all the niches.
They have
all the Western gear. I mean, we looked at the leather gear for a while.
Free water, 5-cent coffee.
We never found the 5-cent coffee. We found the dinosaur.
Found the free water though.
Found the free water.
Found the dinosaur. That's right.
And it's not just in the toilet.
Dinosaur?
The water, not the dinosaur.
Oh. What the hell? Yes, we found the dinosaur. Anything else unique about Wall that stuck out in your mind?
No.
It's
just Wall Drug.
It's touristy.
Yeah, it's Wall Drug. You have to go.
It's chintzy. But, I mean, there's a lot to do.
I feel like we did a lot of the, aside from like when you get into Rapid, like Reptile Gardens and all that kind of stuff, we did a lot of the kind of the must, I was going to say must see stuff out there, but there's so much. I mean, you could have gone to I can't even think what it is. The Bear. You drive through the park. It's like Bear and Reptile Gardens.
Oh,
this is all
gotcha.
in Rapid. There's like presidential wax museums and all that kind of stuff. Those things are still staples and kind of must do at least once, but a lot of the highlighted ones we were able to do, like Wall Drug, and then obviously a place that we stopped at today, but I'll wait to talk about.
That was a hot day.
98 degrees. It was hot.
And then we get over to like Sturgis and Deadwood, and it's like, oh, it's about time to put a sweatshirt on here.
Yeah.
Interesting. Justin, now you said earlier that the first ride in from Sturgis to Deadwood, from Deadwood to Lead, was kind of intimidating. You want to give your thoughts on that now that we're all through it? Is it intimidating now looking back on it?
No, I wouldn't say that. It just the night that we got there, I mean, it was definitely dusk. It was getting dark. When you're in the hills, the sun goes down a lot faster.
Right.
So we were kind of getting there on a still fairly busy day of the rally where people are riding around. So we had a lot of bike traffic with an unfamiliar road at night. Hindsight, if we had done other riding that we had done later in the week, it wouldn't have been nearly as intimidating. The switchbacks on 14A are, I mean, they're technically still, you're doing the 180 turn, but I mean, it's a lot more gradual, a lot more forgiving than what we had hit later in the week.
Yeah.
And then after we had done that just the once, I mean, it was nearly not as intimidating. Plus the bike traffic, again, I don't think that we had hit as heavy a bike traffic.
No, I would agree.
Except for that first day. And then I get from my position in the rear of the little bike caravan that we were in, that guy had pulled out in front of Brett right where the lanes were merging, and I could have swore he only cleared you by inches.
Yeah,
I just want to clarify 16A.
Oh, okay, sorry. Is there a 14A?
I'm not sure, but I thought it was wrong. It was 16A.
Yeah, that guy
Iron Mountain Road.
Immediately.
Iron Mountain Road 16A, but 14A goes from Sturgis to Deadwood, doesn't it?
Oh, you're talking about... Let me look. I thought you were talking about this.
No, we're talking...
I thought you were talking about the switchbacks on Iron Mountain Road.
No, from Sturgis to Deadwood, you have a couple that you do around the hill that the 35 mile an hour... the sign is the same as the switchback.
Stand by. I'm looking here.
Stand by,
I gotta find it.
But yeah, that
Where
guy,
we at?
first thing we do, we get out of Sturgis and the guy just,
14A is from Deadwood to Sturgis, correct. But I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about Iron Mountain.
No. We're not there yet.
No. But yes, you're right, though. The guy, first thing we see is a guy cut right off immediately. So, not exactly what we were expecting, but...
I mean, after we had probably rode for, 7 hours at that point between the Badlands and everything else, 100-degree weather out there, and then you get to Sturgis and like, oh, here's those bikers you've been reading about for the last week, vroom, vroom, all over the place right in front of me. Thanks.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, so then we get to our Airbnb thoughts on that. It was decent. I mean,
I liked it.
Yeah, I think it was in a perfect location.
It was perfect for 3 people.
Yep, you were able to park there, right in the spot, designated spot. Obviously, we had cycles, so we were able to put them all in one spot. So that was nice.
Yeah, it was in a somewhat centralized location. I know that we had kind of talked something we'd possibly do differently if we were to go again would be staying, if we could, in Deadwood.
Yes.
So it's something we all could agree on because there's just more happening at night, and it's just a historic town. So I mean, Leeds.
Yeah,
too,
I love staying in Deadwood, so that would be the reason why I would. But I liked that Lead things were kind of quieter. So.
And I guess from an outside perspective, from you two, I said well, the other one would have been Rapid City because there's just more to do in the evening. If you stay at a hotel, you could possibly walk to a couple places. Not that we couldn't, but things were shut down except for a couple bars there. We had Bob's Silver Star Saloon, the 5-star dive bar. They served till 12, so that was a really nice feature that we did find.
Served food.
Yeah,
served food.
Served food and beer.
Well, they served food till midnight,
Right,
but they were open
Beer till 2.
Right,
Yeah.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we went to the bar right next door and sang some karaoke night one, so that was kind of fun. So there were a couple things that were open, but in my mind, I like Rapid City. I think it's a cool area.
I'd classify Lead as your standard light beer. That it's nothing too special, but it gets the job done. I mean, it's a good solid approach.
Yeah.
As long as you don't have, it gives you everything you need, but no bells and whistles.
That makes sense. I like that the brewery is across the street. We went there 2 times.
We had a brewery. We had 2 restaurant options that were within walking distance.
And a gas station within walking distance.
There was 3 bars within walking distance, and there was a gas station that was always open. So we always had amenities, whether it may have been the preferred amenities,
Sure.
like when you are at bar close and Deadwood,
hibachi.
and everything's closed, and there's no hibachi restaurants nearby, but you can still get a club sandwich.
That's right.
I mean, it gives you what you need with. Yeah.
And puppets.
I mean, nothing bad about Lead. Lead was good.
Lead was great.
It provided.
Deadwood for me would be just because simply it's a historic town, and I really love Deadwood. I feel at home in Deadwood. But Lead for me was perfect. If somebody were to ask about, a place to stay, I would kind of say, if you're more of a turn in early type of person, which I typically am, I'd like to kind of hang out at the house at night, not really go out super late. But if you wanted to, there was places to do that, which was nice, but it's basically the same 3 spots if you wanted to do that. Mm-hmm. But it's also quieter, so you don't feel like you need to go out and do something. Whereas Deadwood, there's a lot going on. So for somebody that wants to have more of that hustle and bustle and stay out late, and those, like we were kind of talking about, like that's more Chris. That's why he likes Rapid, because he wants to get back from doing whatever he's doing and then go out and do something, go out, find some food, find some of the nightlife. So yes, if you're looking for options and the nightlife, not just the same 2 bars or 2 bar and grills, which were very good and very nice and very friendly, but if you're more of the want to go out and experience a lot of stuff, I would suggest either Deadwood. And having been to Rapid several times, Rapid is a great city, and there's a lot to do at night. A lot of really nice, fancy restaurants, and
definitely a
places to
tiered
go.
approach, I would say.
Correct.
That if you don't need a lot of options, like your entry level option, Lead is great. If you want a little bit more, you have Deadwood, and if you want a lot more, then you would be looking at Rapid.
You know what's interesting though is people always say, "Oh, Sturgis is this tiny town that also gets busy." Yes, it is. It gets really busy, but around that area, Sturgis is 7,000 people, so it's not exactly the smallest town. I mean, Deadwood's much smaller. Leeds even smaller than that. There's not much around it. Spearfish is just up the street, but 7,000 people is not a big town by any means. But in that area of South Dakota, I thought it was a bigger town than, obviously Rapids.
Well, it's not. Yeah, it's not 500 people.
Right, it's not that. But see, everyone makes it sound like it's this really tiny town.
Oh.
And it's really not. They had plenty of options there.
No, it's spread out, and they got a lot of nice parks and things like that.
It did feel spread out, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So then we next day we as you guys probably heard, we did a lot of riding. Would you say it was like 11 hours worth of a day? We weren't riding every single second, but a lot of it we weren't riding.
I'm pretty sure it was So day one was about 10, I think. 10.
You guys left.
We left at 10.
About 10,
10:20.
and
10,
then we.
So call it 10:30. We arrived at 8:30, I think.
Yeah.
So it was 10 hours day one.
But granted, we got off and stopped and ate and stuff like that.
Well, I'm just talking about how long.
Our day was,
From start to finish.
Yep.
So day one was 10 for us as the 3 unit. Day 2, what time did we leave? Was it like 10? I think we tried to leave about 10,
Something
right?
like that, yeah.
I think it was around
And then
10.
we went back an hour, so that was nice.
And we got back. We got to the Airbnb about what 7:15, I think.
Probably somewhere in there. It was still light out, so yeah.
Well, and I just remember we went to that brewery.
Oh yeah, and the brewery's closing at 8. So
my
yeah.
phone real quick. Someone can reach it because I took a photo of
Yeah,
when we
that's
got
right.
to lead.
It was just before the brewery was closing. It was like an hour before. So about 7 we arrived that day. And then
So it would have been 8.
Okay, and then day 3.
So that's another 10 hours.
Yep.
So day 1, 10. Day 2, probably 10.
Yep.
Because we got there by about 7-ish, but with the time zone change, it would actually be 8 Central Time.
7:43 is what I had on when I sent a photo saying that we made it. And we were literally unpacking the bike.
But that's probably goes back to our time. So that was probably 7:43 Central Time.
I mean, yeah. That means
No, it wouldn't. Because then that would have been 6:43.
We
makes more
unpacked and we got things set up at the Airbnb, and then we went to the brewery and we got there
they were
about
just about to close.
we got there about 7:45.
Yeah.
So
I thought that is.
If you took
Okay.
that picture right away, or was that when we were walking down to the brewery?
No, that's when we were literally. You
So
guys
I
were
thought it was-
unloading your bikes, and I took a
Yeah,
photo.
it was probably the 6:43 Central Time, not Mountain Standard, because then we probably unpacked, we set things up, and then we got down there probably about an hour later, and they were almost closing.
So almost 8 o'clock our time.
Yep. Okay, so then day 3, how many hours did we do? What time did we leave?
So that would have been 7:43. Day 2 would have been about 10.
Okay, so day 3.
Just under 10. 'Cause we,
So then day 3 we left. I would say about 10 o'clock again.
day 3 was definitely like 11 hours.
Yeah.
For sure. I
We
remember.
were out for all of the day.
Because we got back late at night. I mean, it was.
It was
And then
dark.
It was-
Because we went to Deadwood.
Yeah, we went through Deadwood.
Yeah.
It was 9:30. 9:30 when we pulled in, or right around there.
Yep.
So 11 hours. And then. So, do we want to talk more about that day, or?
Well, yeah, I think we do, because we went through
Because that's
some,
the day the 11-hour day is what we're on that right now.
we did a lot of crazy riding, as you may have listened if you listened earlier in the week to the other episodes, the mini episodes. But yeah, we did some tough riding, and that is not for the faint of heart. In fact, there's a video of someone getting hit head on this past week on Iron Mountain Road. So it's not one for a rookie, even a novice as myself. It's intimidating. Justin, I mean, what were your thoughts? I think you were kind of intimidated too. Brett was like, "Oh, this is so much fun." I'm like, "This is a lot of work."
I still don't think that it was
Some of my favorite riding.
overly fun. I think it was a must do. I think that if I was in the current state that I am right now, rather than being hungry and maybe a little hungover and passing all these restaurants with my belly growling and getting sad, I mean, I probably would have felt a little bit different. But I think that there was just some internal forces at play that
we
were.
did do the wildlife loop, and you were already hungry before that. And that wildlife.
I was
loop
hangry, so I'm not.
What's
And
your
then-
definition of hangry? You weren't hangry.
I
Hangry is like you're angry and like mad. You weren't.
you couldn't hear me because you're in the front. Cursing you out every time we passed a restaurant, being like, "They got food." let me get a Snicker bar, and I keep
couldn't-
going.
And I couldn't hear him over my music, so.
Yeah.
I was flagging you down,
get
but you
to
couldn't
the
see me
music.
because there's 314 curves, and
You should have said something when we left Custer that you were
I
hungry.
did.
He did say when we left the
Not
wildlife.
to me.
I'm gonna go into the visitor center and get a Snicker bar, and then we showed up and it's all informational.
No. Like not the state park, Custer, the city. We gassed up before we went into the park.
Oh,
You should have been like,
I mean,
hey.
I was at a gas. I
The
could have
first
got
time I remember him
something.
saying
No. What I'm saying is you could have been like, hey, I'm getting hungry. Is there somewhere to eat? Because I would have just gone up to Dockside Grill right away.
Okay,
Well,
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 Some
should
things
we,
we would've
should we
done
go back and do it over?
yeah, let's.
Well, the first time I heard about him being hangry was when you pulled out your cheesy little chair and we were sitting at the wildlife loop. He goes, I need a Snicker bar.
By the way, that's not cheesy. It's a very nice chair.
Anyway, so I feel like two things. One, I feel like we completely missed the wildlife loop and we're just jumping right into Iron Mountain, so we should circle back to that. But two, I lost two. Let's go back to the wildlife loop.
Yeah, that was fun once we saw the bison.
Yeah, we
before
got to
that
see the
was kinda
bison.
cool. I mean, that was relaxed compared to what the heck we were
Yeah.
for afterwards.
Yes, no, that was.
That's what I was expecting the next ones to be like. Not the way it was.
But no, I mean Iron Mountain.
You should have done
get-
some research before you went.
I don't even know if I'd want to take a car through it. Honestly,
The Iron Mountain.
yeah, definitely not Needles.
I was
I
thinking-
would not take a car through Needles, but
They fit.
I know that they fit. But I just. I mean, with the bikes doing head-on collisions, I can just imagine cars doing the same.
It's if you go like not during busy season, it's nothing.
I was always thinking every time we went around, I'm like, what would the Viper be like going around here? Kind of fun, I guess.
I mean, like a small convertible, I guess, would be different than like an SUV. A Miata would be perfect.
Yeah.
Vroom vroom.
Yeah. Well,
Vroom,
no, I
vroom.
did not do any research on any of the highways that we were going to go to.
I sent you guys routes and all
I mean, I
sorts
saw
of
the
stuff.
routes. I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like.
It's like you did the research. Okay, there's stuff to do, so I have plans to do. I'm gonna follow. I didn't like
it's
see.
probably good that you didn't
Nice.
say like, "Oh, this is gonna be a tough one," because we.
Well, I've seen posts of the sign that we passed next to the bar and grill that had food that I thought we might stop at to get a picture with the sign, and I could sneak in and grab a Snicker bar. But no, we didn't stop for that sign. But that labels everything.
That's good we didn't stop though, because it would have been a 12-hour riding day.
Well, no, I don't take an hour to eat a Snicker bar.
Yeah, you do.
But no, it's 314 curves.
Is that how many curves it is?
Yeah, that number like sticks out to me.
Yeah.
And I forget how many switch. I think there's
crazy.
double-digit switchbacks.
Keep talking. I'm gonna look this up.
Well, as
Okay.
we're going-
Either way, there's a bar and grill that's in the middle. When you creep out of Custer briefly, and before you get back into Custer, there's a couple bar and grills, and one of them has a giant sign. It's got to be 10, 12 feet in the air that labels all the stats of the road. So I guess
I never saw that.
you guys just don't look
Visitor
at-
center and store.
Yeah, there you go.
It's 17 miles, 314 curves, 14 switchbacks, 3 pigtails, 3 tunnels, 2 splits, 4 presidents. Get it? Because Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
We got it.
So,
Great places.
I'm
great
going to look
places.
up Tail of the Dragon because that's awfully similar to the tail.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so yeah, that was intimidating, but the views couldn't be beat either.
I feel proud that we did it. I feel accomplished that we did it.
I feel like a better rider.
I don't.
So that's slightly more, 318 curves and 11 miles. And Iron Mountain was 17 miles, 314 curves.
Well, yeah, I feel like a better rider, but seeing Mount Rushmore from one of the little tunnels was pretty cool going through. I was trying to go as slow as I could through so I could just take in the view. Really neat. Even my camera couldn't capture it. But the one thing I was watching my camera back on that, and it looked so much easier as I was watching the videos back. So videos don't do it justice. It's tougher than the video looks.
Yes. But again, I mean, if someone came up to me and said, "Hey, I got this really fun planned day for us, and we're going to go turn left and right 1,000 times over 17 miles," I mean,
314 times.
okay.
Yeah.
Definitely, probably not my definition of fun, but again, it was more fun than maybe seeing some of the other it was more active, I guess. I mean, pretty much the whole week was just moments of like adrenaline and anxiety for me. So,
Anxiety.
that the Iron Mountain and Needles had both. Let's say that.
Yeah, I liked the Needles was the next thing we went to. I enjoyed that one a little bit better. Maybe like I was saying earlier, it prepared me maybe a little bit more because of what we had just done. I felt like Needles was slightly easier, but it was really cool. You got up to the top much faster, coming down maybe a little bit longer, but it wasn't nearly what.
Well, Needles is shorter too.
Well, and we literally, I mean, that's going essentially, I believe, like the same hill set. So we started on the opposite side and we're coming back down.
At one point, I saw a zigzag as I was turning right. I'm like, oh god, we gotta do that yet? It's like it was back forth. I'm like, oh crap, you could see what was coming up ahead of you by looking up. Yeah, I saw that, but then all of a sudden we got to the top, and I'm like, oh, this is really cool.
I'm just loving life, and you guys are hating your lives during those two.
I mean, I guess hindsight after our little like motorcycle inspections down in the parking lot today, I can definitely see why Chris would have been a little bit more. I don't even know what I want to say. Having more difficulty than what I was on my bike, because I never sat on a street light till I sat on yours tonight.
Oh, sure.
And just the width of your bike compared to my bike, I could see where, like, I was like, when you were a mile ahead of us at this point, Brett. But when Chris was going around the 5 mile an hour turn, I didn't see you put your foot down, but I was seeing you really struggle. I'm like,
never mind that I didn't put my foot down. I was hitting it like a pro.
Okay, yeah.
So
I'm like,
was that on Iron Mountain Road on that really almost to the top?
Yep.
It's very close to the top. It said like 15 miles an hour.
It was 5 miles an hour.
It was just that was just as it started to rain, I think.
Yeah, it was just before it started raining.
Yeah, that's the one where I thought you guys, because the road kind of had fallen off a little bit. It wasn't a cliff right below it, but the road had kind of fallen off, like the asphalt broke. And so when I was taking my right and banking, I looked over and I was like, "Uh-oh," and obviously kept going. And I got to another point, and I couldn't. You guys were so far back that I thought you guys fell into that like little spot until I was taking that next right up after there was like 2 switchbacks, and then I could see you guys way below me.
I'm a straightaway guy. You want me to crank that throttle back and go Hondo or more? I'm good. You want me to curve, go around corners? I'm not that guy yet.
Yeah.
But anyways, I feel like
smaller bikes, sports bikes, smaller bikes, you're gonna have more fun with that.
Yeah.
The bigger bikes are gonna be a little bit more of a challenge.
Oh, for sure. But you know what? I feel like a better rider because of it, so I'm all good with that then. But Needles was a really cool, on the descent was really neat, I thought we had a lot to look at, a little bit more relaxing where we could appreciate the views. I couldn't appreciate much on Iron Mountain Road, except for when we went through the tunnel where I could see Mount Rushmore. But I couldn't really appreciate much when on that one. But Needles, on the way down.
Speaking of that, I want to see that video of us going through the tunnel.
Okay.
I
Justin, Needles, any thoughts on that other than you?
I mean, I feel like you'd see more with Needles, but again, like I had said with our mini episode, that being so focused on the road, it would have been nice to be our rider during all of this, where you could actually take in everything, because I feel like I missed quite a bit just by focusing on the road.
Yeah.
And you do like a quick look here and there, but then the road's changing on you and 20 feet in front of you, so I mean you can't gawk around too much.
I can't believe there's not more accidents on that. I just feel like there would be accidents daily on those roads together, but there's not.
I mean, there could be.
So
it might just not be like head-on collision fatal accidents.
So fun fact they do so some of the half marathons that I've ran, they're called vacation races, and they do, I think it's the Mount Rushmore half marathon. That's the road that they run it on.
You have to run on that?
We don't have to. You sign up to do it for a half marathon.
Oh, good lord.
It's like the Mount Rushmore half marathon.
Like up and down?
Well, they start, I think it was that County Road turnoff? That was on Iron Mountain Road, correct?
I don't remember.
There's something like...
Are you saying Needles or Iron Mountains where you do the marathon?
I'm pretty positive it's Iron Mountain. Our friends ran it.
So it's the portion then, because it's 17 miles.
It's not 17 miles. So, and then I think it ends in Keystone. I think it ends in the parking lot that we...
I couldn't imagine. I mean, I had a hard time riding up that hill with a motor. I couldn't imagine trying to like...
You can corner better when you're
I'll look it up.
That's got to be like a...
You can corner
like an Ironman marathon type of thing where you have to like...
Well, that was like when I ran Glacier. It was 9.5 miles uphill, straight uphill.
I mean, okay, so I'm not a marathon runner if you can't tell from my physique, but
We'll send
isn't
a
it
photo
usually
later.
fairly like flat when you do that, or are you like?
You can
It depends on what course you're running.
I mean,
I've ran some that are completely flat, and I've ran some that were 6 miles uphill in sand and rocks when I did the Joshua Tree. And then the Nashville one is up down because it's just naturally up and down in Nashville. So it literally depends on which race you're running. And they tell you, like when you sign up for it, it gives you the elevation gain.
that would have been
so
nice
that-
before you're riding the Iron Mountain too.
And so then you can like gauge that. So like Nashville, because Nashville is like up and down and up and down and up and down. I trained a lot on hills, so that when I got out there,
I guess I'm just thinking more of like the Chicago Marathon, which I believe is fairly flat, and like
just windy instead.
like New York and Boston. I'm pretty sure it's like through town, which I couldn't imagine. Like I couldn't imagine trying to run.
Already up thousands of
Running
feet of
up.
elevation.
Yeah, no. I mean, when I'm in like first gear to just use natural engine braking to keep my bike from slowing down, imagining going the other way running up that. No, sir.
No, sir. After Needles, then we went to, what was the next? Was it, we did
Sylvan Lake.
Sylvan Lake, and the lake was still there, you said?
It was still there.
Okay.
Yep, still there.
And then we went to Mount Rushmore after that.
No, we went to Mount Rushmore in between Needles and Iron Mountain. We did Iron Mountain. We ate in Keystone.
Oh.
Went to Mount Rushmore, and
Yeah,
then did
Mount
Needles.
Rushmore, got it. You got to do it. You're there. You
Yep,
just
still
do it.
there.
And you know what? The ride up to that's kind of neat too, and the ride down is really cool. And then as you're going on the descent, you can actually see the profile of George Washington, which actually I thought was kind of neat. I looked up, I'm like, oh, that is a straight profile of a face. So I didn't even realize that was there when I was here 4 years ago. That was kind of neat to see on their descent.
Well, some people might not even go that way. If you're like coming from like
sure
Rapid to
will.
Keystone,
Yeah.
and you park, and then you just go back to Keystone, you'll never see it.
That's probably the way that we went when I came out 4 years ago. But that was cool to see that. And there's people parked there taking photos. And then what did we do after Needles? Then we went to Sylvan, and then what was it after that?
We went past Crazy Horse and then came home.
Yeah, and that was a nice ride on the way home. You got a little chilly.
Lake Sylvan was before Needles.
Yeah, right. Yes.
Yeah, Mount Rushmore,
And then we went to
Sylvan,
and
then Needles,
okay.
and then
Came home.
yep.
So yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound like we did a lot that day, but we went a lot of miles.
It was like 218 miles, I believe.
Yeah, you had it written down in your phone.
I have all the miles.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
miles, and we're approaching.
Going back,
1,500 miles.
I just want to go back. It is on Iron Mountain Road. It's an uphill paved course. They classified as challenging.
No shit.
Overall uphill.
It's challenging with a motor.
And just so you know, if you want to get the early bird registration,
Yeah, that's what we wanted.
it's $150.
You gotta pay to do it.
The regular
They should
one,
pay you if you don't die.
the regular one.
You gotta pay that much in life
This was for
insurance.
2025, and I can't remember when they run the race, but it must be the late. So 200 is a late
They
registration.
probably should wait till it's like 100 degrees and do it that day.
But they have cool
A
medals.
couple days before.
Sorry, I'm
Can
spacing
you,
out.
can you get a medal off of eBay?
Off of what?
You can buy Olympic medals off of eBay. Can't you get one of those?
Yeah, just I did it. On your motorcycle.
Say I bought it.
Your bars.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I don't know. I've
It's September 13th, 2025.
I applaud people that can do that type of thing. I am not one of them. I
It's
can
fun.
ride my bike to Sturgis. I got a pen that says that.
Yeah,
I mean, that's.
and a patch that says I rode.
I don't have that patch.
Brett got that.
I
I
have
got
it.
the pin that says I rode.
I got the pen.
And we did. So then, yeah, we went back and we went to Bob's. Brown Star,
Bob's-
Silver Star.
Bob's Night 2.
I forgot I was looking up the miles.
Good times there.
264 day 2. Oh no, 264 was the day we rode in. 212.
212.
That's still a lot. That's like going
Considering
cities
that we
back.
were only, what, like 50, 60 miles away from
Better place. Yeah.
the area.
Yeah.
Like, we just basically did circles.
Yeah.
All day.
But,
That's like going to Minneapolis
Figure
and
8,
back.
basically.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Drove
yeah,
60
then-
miles, did a figure 8, and came back.
Then we
11
go
hours.
into day 4. Day 4 was my birthday.
Christopher's birthday.
And that was our least amount of riding days, which was like 64 miles, I think you had written
I
down.
think that's exactly
64
right.
miles
I think it was
all day.
64.
It might sound like a lot to some people, but that was a very short day.
61.
61. And we went to Sturgis. We had taken Sturgis.
Sturgis Day, Sturgis Saturday.
Sturgis Saturday. We went through Sturgis Main Street 3 times. Thanks to Brett, we went through 3 times. That was interesting. We had to do it. Got a video of that too. So it's kind of neat to see what we've all seen on videos on YouTube or TikTok or whatever it might be. It's cool to experience it.
Full Throttle was excellent.
Full Throttle we went to after that. And as I classified Sturgis as like one big Wisconsin Dells, just everyone's trying to sell you the same stuff on a different block is all it really was.
But there's only one axe salesman that we found.
Yep, the funny moment highlight was definitely the battle axe, which update for that, he did not purchase it. We
never went back to Sturgis.
Correct. We did not make it back to Sturgis.
Yeah, we had him down from 350
because we just had a long day Devil's Tower, but
I'd probably be single if I came back with something like that.
Lon would like that. We should have brought it back from Mark and just stored it at his house for the Saturday.
yeah,
Mark would have loved that.
He probably would never give it back to
So
you.
we did not. That was a highlight or the funny moment I think we all agreed on.
Yeah,
and
it's like 11 o'clock at night. They're shutting down. And how much is that axe? For you tonight, $350. I don't want to take it home with me. And he's like, Justin's like, I don't know. Oh, $250. I go, Justin, give him $200. I'll give you $220.
You meet in the middle, $225.
Yeah, and then he's like, as we're walking away, okay, I'll do $200. And he's like, maybe tomorrow. Never got it because he didn't know how he's going to get it home as well. But Brett suggested strapping it to his back.
Well, he came up with that originally.
Well, that would have been funny watching him.
But yeah.
You know what? I would probably have stuck him in the lead for all of I-90 just so we could watch him riding with an axe on his back.
If there are like split realities, alternate realities, I'd really want to know. I'd be a fly on the wall of the reality that Justin decided to buy the axe and then tried to go through Deadwood through the bars with the axe.
We would have to go through the bars.
Hindsight with how Deadwood, the few bars, I guess the 3 bars that we went to in Deadwood, they weren't like overly packed. So honestly, I suspect that you probably would have been fine. But they did have a lot of security. Well, so I don't know if the security.
The dance club had a sign that said no guns
firearms.
or no. They included knives. They didn't say axes, but I don't think.
I suppose that.
Would have got.
That probably wouldn't have flown.
I would have got. You guys would have been in there drinking. I would have been outside with my axe, looking like a sad puppy dog on the street, and
with an axe.
Well, maybe if you were out there with the axe, those 2 people wouldn't have been fighting.
Maybe more people would have been fighting. Be like, watch out, this guy's got an axe.
Justin's out there swinging it around. That'd be so hilarious. Well, yeah, I mean, could you imagine going into Wild Bill's bar and he's got an axe? Because Justin went for the Easy Rider look.
The only thing that would have made it better is if he would have had an axe carrier, like a leather sheath.
So Justin went for the Easy Rider Dennis Hopper look, and he actually turned out to do the Wild Bill look, and we got a video of that, which was hilarious in a picture, with Wild Bill's photo and Justin right in front of it, and he looks exactly like him, except for you have sideburns. That's the only problem.
I don't know why he didn't. I mean,
that's true. Why didn't he?
Actually, you should shave your sideburns now, and then you have to keep the hair for a while, so then you can go as Wild Bill for Halloween. Sorry, Lana.
Oh, that's right.
He's got to keep the look for just a little bit longer.
I probably could do that.
I know.
But I'm going to be fishing on Halloween.
Like on Halloween?
Yeah.
Like the day of Halloween?
Yes.
Why?
Because that's when we go fishing. First weekend in November. Halloween is like one of my favorite holidays.
Isn't it on? What day of the week is Halloween on?
Friday.
Oh, so then it's the first.
It's the first day of fishing. It's a fantastic Halloween. Like Halloween on a Friday or Saturday is like the best.
But you have to fish.
But I have to go fishing.
But it's in memory of his grandpa.
Yes.
Well, that's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, but the other thing too is it's also Lana's company Christmas party is always the first weekend in November now.
What?
Yeah. It's the first Saturday in November, which happens to fall on my fishing. But they do that because, her boss, Thanksgiving is his favorite holiday, so he likes it to be closer to Thanksgiving than Christmas, but also having it done early means that they don't have to worry about conflicts for anybody else's.
That's true.
So, I mean, it's a good theory, but it also just happens to fall. My fishing trip is just scheduled for the worst. We changed it. It used to be the second weekend in November, but then it got too cold, so then we moved it up, and now that's a whole nother podcast episode, but this year, and for like the next, I don't know how many years, Halloween is going to fall around my fishing trip. and it's
Well,
very
it'll be for, like,
frustrating.
the next 3 years.
But I love dressing up for Halloween, and I would totally.
You want to do it.
I would
You
totally
can still
Wild Bill.
do it. You just won't be able to do
Well,
it.
who am I going to do that for? The 30 people that live in Genoa? They're going to be like, look at this guy.
I tell you what, like, you know, Chris likes having multiple Halloween events, so
Yeah.
just do it the weekend before.
Anywho,
it's getting sidetracked
What else?
here.
What else was a highlight of?
Well, the fight happened when I went to go pee and I didn't get to see it.
Yeah, that.
How did I just go pee?
Sturgis.
I went to Sturgis.
Like
well, that day.
I think we spoke about this on the podcast that we
On day
recorded
three,
at
yeah.
3:14 or whatever time it was in the morning, when we were, well, at least I was very, very exhausted, and Chris was, you know, just getting to his dinner time.
Brett's always. You guys are both always exhausted.
But anyway,
God.
the pasties. Justin didn't like pasties. Softcore porn.
The Sturgis was not as
Told you,
wild.
Terrence said they cleaned it up.
Well,
You didn't like it? Well,
No.
Here's a funny thing, though. I think one funny thing that happened is we're walking down the street, and all of a sudden we just happened to come across a wet T-shirt contest.
just
yeah.
happened to come across.
Well, we didn't.
Well, yeah, because I think
Did we know? I didn't know
what
what's
did they
going
say?
on.
It was
Did
at
you?
it was like at 2.
Well, it was supposed to be at 1.
It's at 1, 3, and 5.
Oh, 1, 3, and
And
5.
we were,
yes.
yeah, we
And
were
there
at
at
3:30,
two-
so
we were there at-
apparently there was a lot of contestants.
Yeah, it was like an hour and a half. We figured
Yes,
because we were there. Yeah, we were there at like 2:30.
We just happened to walk by. What the heck's going on here?
What you know what I thought was, and I don't know if we talked about this
We didn't talk about this at all.
on the other one. What I thought was very strange. I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong. I don't want anybody
I
like.
think I know where you're going.
I don't want anybody like hating on me for saying this. It was just it happened at a very awkward time because I was like on my phone and then all of a sudden I heard it. I'm like, what the heck? But it was after the whole contest was done.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, we were only there for what, a minute. It was like
We were literally the final.
It was like a minute or two. They were
final
just
judging.
clapping. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
just clapping for the people. So we were there for maybe 4 minutes at this point.
I know exactly
And all of a
what
sudden,
it is.
this music started, and it took me a second to realize that I was like on my phone doing something, and all of a sudden the national anthem started, and it was the most random fucking thing. Sorry for swearing. It was the most random thing ever. And then everyone literally
really
like
wasn't.
everyone like
They were appreciating the military.
Yeah,
yes, they were giving a shout out to the military
Yeah,
veterans,
but it was
and they
after it was all over with.
They gave them the free beer. And
Yes.
this, that,
I
and
feel
the
like that
other.
should
I
be before the
know.
contest.
I know.
You always have the national anthem before you start an event.
Right, so I feel like it was backwards. It was after the event.
But it was like
Maybe they just did it
It was just like
twice.
random because they called up all the vets. So shout out. I don't even know the name of the bar. So shout out to the bar because that was fantastic. They recognized both present, former, and the ones that have lost their lives in the service of our country, which is an awesome thing. They gave all the vets that were there a beer to celebrate and to honor them.
And a show.
But then shortly after that, I didn't hear the announcer say anything about, hey, we're going to do the national anthem or anything. It was like, he said, okay, everybody have a good time. We'll be back at 3 o'clock or whatever. And then all of a sudden the music started and I didn't know what was going on. And then I look around and everyone's taking their hats off. So I'm like,
I took my hat off. I'm like, oh, okay, here we are.
never been to that situation before. And
That was
it was
hilarious.
very, very
I looked
interesting.
around like, oh, I better take my hat off here.
The Side Hack Saloon.
Yeah, side hack.
So anyway, so no, I was good that we were able to see it during the day. I'm glad that we were able to see it at night, just to kind of experience it.
That's exactly what you would think. Loud music.
But I was talking to a buddy of mine that's worked the event before, and he said the first like 2 to 3 days, like in One-Eyed Jack Saloon that we went to,
Yeah.
the second place that we went to, where it has 3 stories. He said it was you couldn't move, you couldn't physically move
That
in the
would
bar.
have been annoying.
Which yes, and I told when I was talking to him on the phone, I was like, explained to him that there's obviously tons of bars in that bar, like actual places to go get drinks, and we obviously only had one drink there, but we would have been if we wanted to, we could have gone up to every single bar, and none of the bars we would have wait.
Yeah, there's people actually, the bartenders were standing around waiting.
Yes,
So, yeah, that was nice.
the crowds were perfect, in my opinion, at night. You were actually able to enjoy it, see it, experience it. They still had all the stuff,
Yeah.
that you'd want.
In hindsight, what I would have done differently, even though we had to do Sturgis at night just to say we did it, Knowing what we know now, because I don't think it was that great. I thought Deadwood was better. I would have rather gone to Deadwood, went to a restaurant, and then went to their bars. That's what I would have done differently. But we had to experience Sturgis.
Yeah, I really wanted to experience.
We got to go
that.
see.
It's two very different places. Yeah. So like Sturgis at night is definitely the biker party, biker bars. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't think any of them that we went to, but earlier on when we were at the Knuckle, you know, it was you could smoke in there. Yeah. You know, it was a traditional kind of just biker bars. Yeah. Versus Deadwood, which is more of like the saloon type and
more touristy place.
And more, yes, very much more touristy.
And less pasties.
None. That's what I thought throughout this, and we'll kind of obviously get into like our final thoughts and stuff like that. But that's what I thought was very interesting. And even though Justin didn't like the pasties because he thought it was softcore porn instead of real porn.
Yeah, if you don't see the nip, what's the point?
But what I thought was interesting is that nowhere else, I suppose maybe at Full Throttle Saloon, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention, but maybe there. But aside from like the Sturgis and the greater Sturgis Full Throttle, we didn't go to Buffalo Chip, but maybe there. I'm assuming it probably had stuff. And then downtown Sturgis, none of the other surrounding communities. You know, Spearfish. Obviously, of course we didn't go out and spearfish or do anything like that. But Spearfish is a ways out. But like Deadwood, Lead. None of those places had anything even remotely close to it.
No.
So it is very interesting that that's condensed specifically to Sturgis.
It was cool to go to Full Throttle that afternoon. It was cool to see all the bikes. It's so easy to park. I thought that was kind of neat. Too bad it's so far out of the way, I guess, because that would have been the cooler place to go to. That would have been Sturgis, actually.
That would be a fun one to go to at night.
That's like 20 minutes out of town. It's like, holy crap. And then you got to get a ride there, so then you're talking like an hour away from Lead. Holy cow, it's just not worth it.
If I were to come back, that would be a place I would go check out at night.
Yeah, yep,
for sure.
And in the afternoon, we did the brewery there, which was I enjoyed. It was a nice, clean atmosphere. And then came home and ran a podcast. Any more thoughts on that night or day?
It was very long, very late. I was very tired. Mm-hmm. Didn't get to bed till 4:00 in the morning.
All right, and the next day.
Same day after the podcast.
Same day we went to...
Took a brief nap.
We took a brief nap, and then we went to the Boar's Nest, and we went to Devil's Tower, and arguably my favorite ride the entire time was from Devil's Tower back to Spearfish on whatever highway that was. I want to say it was like, I don't remember. I don't want to guess. 14. I don't know.
I'll look it up. You guys talk.
It's 71.
Maybe. But anyways, it was so cool going through the Wyoming mountains and hills and all that. The scenery was unreal. I wish there would have been actually places to pull off and actually... Not that we couldn't have because the road was completely dead. I think maybe we saw 20 cars in an hour and 15 minutes.
24.
Oh.
Highway 24.
Well, you were close.
I was closer.
Yeah, it goes from Devil's Tower to
I don't know what you guys
Hewlett.
thought about that ride, but that was easily my favorite ride.
No, it was definitely a good ride, and I really
very nice
enjoyed.
ride.
We'll go back to the other ones. We'll ask the last final questions at the end. But Devil's Tower, Brett, you been there, right?
Yeah.
You?
Nope.
So it's both.
That was my
first
furthest west I've ever been.
That's right. You said that.
Driving.
So what'd you think of Devil's Tower, other than it was there?
It was there.
Is it something that someone should go see?
It's First National Monument, but Justin doesn't care.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in the area, I wouldn't make a trip specifically for that. If you're in the Black Hills
you're
area,
literally not in the area ever because it's so far away.
It's in the middle of nowhere.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't make a 14-hour trip from my house just to go see it.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, but if you happen to be staying in Rapid City or something,
where I could see somebody making a trip specifically to come see Mount Rushmore. Or
I think people come out here just because it's the Black Hills and there's so much stuff to do in this area. I don't think maybe somebody specifically says, I want to see the four faces of these presidents on the side of a mountain.
That's what I did when I was in 4th grade. We went to Mount Rushmore and Crazy Horse and nothing else that we saw.
Huh, it's crazy.
Huh.
So, I mean,
yeah, it was a good ride.
When I was younger, that's literally what we did. Now, hindsight, it would have been...
You could have taken Iron Mountain Road.
I don't think that we did.
No, I said you could have, in hindsight.
Here's one thing that baffled my mind is things were like not far away, but it took like twice the amount of time as mileage because you had to go so slow around corners.
It was very interesting because, for the most part, if I didn't know where I was going. I typed things into the GPS, or I simply typed things in the GPS so we could have a time frame of where we are and how far it was to the next stop. And I'd see something like 17 miles for Iron Mountain Road, perfect example. 17 miles, an hour and 10 minutes or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. So it was very interesting. And that was a lot for this trip, where the miles would be very low or lower than a lot, than the minutes.
I'm assuming that most of your listeners are generally from the Midwest area, the Minnesota.
All over the world.
Well, I would say that most of your listeners could agree with me when you talk about like Midwestern driving, where if you can kind of go off of the mile a minute like mentality.
Yeah. Correct.
That if something's like 20 miles away, you're like, I get there in 20 minutes.
Correct. 100%.
That's your mentality, but it's not here.
Not even close.
Not even close. I mean,
Plus, you got the interstate.
the geography is so cool too, that as soon as we got to like Chamberlain on the way back today, it's like, oh, yep, we're back in the Corn Belt. But like on the other side of the Missouri River, it's just a completely different topography. Now from like Chamberlain to here and from here home, you're going to have cornfields and stuff. But like
Correct.
when you're out there, it's more prairie lands and rolling and hills and then even from Spearfish to Wyoming, you can see the topography change where it turns more red.
100%.
And, so I mean, it's cool that when you're going through these state borders, that there's a noticeable distinct difference where somebody going from Minnesota to Iowa or Wisconsin, Illinois, I mean, you just pick random spots anywhere that's like along like the Mississippi River. It could be any one of those states.
Yeah, that was I like going to see Devil's Tower. The interstate was 80 miles an hour, so traffic is flying by us, but the route home was the best.
Yeah, about 72, 73 is I should say between 70 and 73.
Yeah.
That's a really comfortable. I mean, today
And we were passing people too, so it wasn't like we were the slowest people on the
100%.
interstate.
Yep.
It was a happy medium.
Well, yeah, and the other thing I thought that I actually enjoyed, and too bad we didn't get to spend more time there, was actually Spearfish. We went to one of the breweries there on our way back home to Lead, and I was like, well, this is a nice, clean town. And Brett said, well, yeah,
Very
you're
clean.
pretty rich or something here.
Affluent.
Affluent.
Okay. Well, anyways, yeah, we were in a newer part. Very nice place. And so I was like, well, it's too bad we couldn't have spent more time here because, but there's not really anything to go there specifically for, I don't think.
Yeah, they have I think they have a few country clubs.
Well, honestly, I mean,
We don't have golf clubs with us.
if you
No, we
stayed
could
in
have strapped it.
Spearfish,
Then Justin had a spot for his axe.
Yeah.
if you would have stayed in Spearfish, it would have been the same ride to Sturgis as it would have been from Rapid, and you're actually closer to Deadwood too. So I mean, Spearfish wouldn't be a bad spot to make
It's not.
your home base
We were
either.
only 26 minutes away from home when we were there, but it was like 11 miles.
Yeah.
But
So-
again, I mean, if you take the interstate to Sturgis, so you're 20 miles.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I mean, it's the
But
same.
you don't get the same ride, though.
You don't get the same ride. No.
I 100% Lead or Deadwood would be the spots that I would do it if I were staying in a town. Otherwise, I would find a KOA that was somewhere in the hills, for sure.
Then we headed home, and we took the interstate. We're taking it all the way back. We
We
hanging
had
our
supper.
heads- What?
We had supper.
With the-
Stamp
Stamp mill.
mill in,
Yeah, we went and saw Bob Poole one more time.
and then we went back.
You
Recorded
totally recognize this.
recorded the episode, the day 5 episode.
Yep.
We got up this morning. Well, we packed last night. Got up this morning.
We were on the road by, I think it was 9:22.
Yeah.
Then we had to gas up.
And
We
what
hit up-
time did we arrive here?
Well, we hit the Black Hills Harley. That was cool. That was huge.
What was yesterday's ride? We left about the same time. No, we left at noon.
We left,
We left late.
12:30.
We left at
The Boar's
noon.
Nest, 2 miles away.
We left at noon, I think. And we got back at. Let's look.
It was about
7:30, 7:45.
Because then you guys were packing up your stuff as mine was already packed. I went down and had a beer at the brewery.
It was probably
waiting for you guys.
7:30.
You guys came and grabbed
Yeah.
me, and we went down to the stamp mill.
So it was about 7 hours. Yeah, about 7 hours of riding.
Yeah, and we spent
Or 7 hour day.
An hour at Devil's Tower, I would say.
So
Total,
what?
probably an hour.
Yeah.
So day one, I'm just going to recap this because I want to log the hours too.
Yeah, log the hours, please, for us.
We got 11 hours day one, right?
Something like that.
Day two, what did we establish? 10?
Yeah.
We left about 10 o'clock
10
Yes.
hours.
and got there at about 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yep.
7, 8, 9. Yeah. No. Yeah. 7:40. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 10. Day 3 was
11.
11. Day 1, that doesn't really count because, I mean, well, it should. No, it shouldn't. We didn't really do much riding. Only 61 miles.
That was day 4.
Day 4, sorry. I
Yep.
apologize. I feel like all the days blend together.
They started to.
Day 5 was 7 hours, did we say?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about today?
Today, we left at 9:22 and we got here almost at 8. We got here right just before 8 o'clock, about 7.
But we
But
also
we
lost an
the
hour.
Lost an hour,
So
so-
6:45. So what is that for hours?
You're talking
About 9
9 hours.
with stops and
Yeah. And we stopped
Mitchell-
every about hour
we
and a
saw the
half.
Corn Palace today.
That was cool.
So yeah, we'll get to that. So we left.
Not the Porn Palace.
Not the porn cow.
It was the Corn Palace.
So we left.
I just came up with that one. That was pretty good.
Proud of you.
Calluses when you watch porn or what?
I'm proud of you. So we stopped.
We need to open a spot right next to the Corn Palace and call it the Porn Palace.
Just an adult bookstore.
Send help. I'm stuck with these two and till
Right,
tomorrow.
You are just immature. You just won't act like it.
No,
You're immature. Dude, you used to say poop chunks back in the day.
yeah, because I was 8.
No, you weren't. You were 11.
Okay. Point proven. Okay.
Porn
So we got
proven?
up, we left. Well, I guess by the time this airs, they will know already. I stopped because when I typed in, so the Harley dealership in Rapid is called Black Hills Harley Davidson.
Really cool place.
Before we left the house, I typed in Black Hills Harley Davidson on my phone. And as we were just as we were starting to go through the canyons between Deadwood and Sturgis, it told me that I was 86 miles away, which I knew could not be right. So we pulled into a gas station right when we got into Sturgis. I tried to fix it. For some reason, it was sending us to Wall Drug, so the Badlands Harley
Badlands
Davidson.
Harley, yeah.
But they called that the Black Hills Harley Davidson, according to Apple Maps. Apple, please fix that. So, but where we pulled in, there was a T-shirt stand.
Justin got sucked in.
So did I. We both bought gifts for our wives.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Justin got a sweatshirt for Lana, and
Yeah.
I got a T-shirt for Allison.
Very nice.
So it was worth the stop. And then we continued on and traversed to Black Hills Harley Davidson in Rapid City. Thoughts on that, you guys?
The Harley dealership?
What?
The Harley dealership?
Yeah, Black Hills Harley Davidson, Rapid City.
I got
Hot take, they all look alike.
Not that one.
They're just different sizes, but
Yeah.
really, it's
What'd you think of all?
it's going to a Walmart
What do
for
you think?
Harley.
What do you think of all the tents? I mean, I know you couldn't see it, but that whole place is lined with bikes
I
and
wanted to
stuff.
see all the bikes, but there was no point in doing that because we had to get on the road.
It would have been cool to go there during the rally, not during cleanup, to get a better idea of what it had to offer. But the actual store itself, like I said, to me, all Harleys are basically the same.
This one offers a lot more stuff, but I think you're also used to Dubuque, which I
Yeah.
think has.
It's like that.
It's very. I mean, even
This
like.
had like more household stuff,
When we go
more
to
like
Great
travel
River Harley, there's
luggage.
nothing.
Well, this is the one
Yeah,
that has
Great River
bikes
Harley
though.
has nothing.
Yeah.
So-
and even go to Rochester's and it's about the same selection.
Yeah.
So we're not used to that, Justin. So forgive us.
Yeah, well, I mean that's fine. I mean, I guess out of the
We
five
get
that we,
oldies of-
I probably could have shopped there and like what a lot of times what I'll do is I'll like take pictures of things that I like and then I'll either give them out for like gift ideas for the holidays or if it's something I want bad enough like I bought that luggage bag, I'll just buy it. But there's just so many cool things and so many cool ideas. So Black Hills Harley Davidson is by far probably my favorite Harley Davidson store that I've ever been into.
Yeah, so I guess I could come down to Dubuque to see the differences. But I ended up buying the gloves that I had been looking at for a few months, just in case I do some fall or spring riding. Got my daughter her.
Which gloves did you buy?
The ones that had the willy on them.
Do you have them with you?
They're out.
No, he left them in Rapid.
I meant like in the room.
No, they're out in my saddlebags.
Gotcha.
I got my daughter her first Hurley gear. They got myself the gloves and our poker chip. I had to get that.
Correct.
Other than that, that was it. There was one shirt I was looking for because Lacrosse didn't have it. It had double X's, and I'm like, damn, that's a cool shirt, but like I need another shirt. Like I need a whole
Lacrosse?
Great River.
What shirt at
Remember that one
Lacrosse?
that was hanging up when we were getting our bikes looked at, and it had like an eagle, but it looked like an old school kind of look, kind of like my shirt.
I don't remember that, no.
Now I was like, oh, I like that one, but it's double X. And you looked at it, but you probably don't remember it. Anyways,
No.
I was hoping that they would probably have it at Black River or Black Hills.
Black Hills.
That would have been cool, but they didn't. No big deal. But I did get a better feel for where I'm going to get, which sign I'm going to get for my poker chips. Because we both looked at them. Then I'm like, that one would look the best. It would look good in a house.
Yeah.
So figured that out, but that was fun to look at. I wish I could have looked at all the bikes that were for sale. Not that I need one, but just I like to look at all the bikes. That's one of the things that I really enjoyed doing when we were sitting downtown in Sturgis, or just any of those places where people have their bikes parked. I like just looking at them and see what people are riding. That's fun for me. I guess like a car show in my mind.
Yeah, and I don't like car shows a whole lot, so that doesn't do much for me. But it's good that they had all the variety.
So we rode home on I-90, which was good. Made stops along the way. Any key things that we saw, maybe other than the Missouri River, which was humongous?
I mean, you still get to see the Badlands when you drive through 90.
100%.
I kept taking peeks over there, and because when I came out to get your bike, it was dark when I drove through the Badlands, and when I came back, it was cloudy. So my only view of the Badlands from 90 in the most recent years that I've been out here was kind of just at dusk, where you could just kind of like see like the peaks and like where you would see the ground as like a darker surface and the light being just a little bit, the sky being a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
And you could see like the peaks, and it kind of just it looked like the first time I saw it, it looked like the Jurassic Park logo with like the skeleton, like the spines, like a dragon back or something, like across the sky. So it was cool to be able to see it during the day, where you can actually see the pinks and the tans and everything.
Yeah.
So that was a first for me, actually being able to see it, and you do get a pretty good view. I mean, it's like kind of like seeing like Mount Rushmore through the Iron Mountain tunnel or Devil's Tower from the gift shop. I mean, you get an idea. It's not the same as being right up on it, but I mean, if you're driving through 90, you get a decent view.
Yeah, you do. And one thing I liked about going on 990 is that you have more stops along the way rather than these like little ghetto quick mart type things at gas stations. Like, oh, you go there, they barely even take a credit card at this point. So I like going on the interstate because there's just more nationally known things where you can stop and you know what you're getting yourself into. And then we stopped in, what was the Corn Palace?
The Porn Palace.
The Porn Palace. Then we stopped at a little restaurant there, had a beer, and headed on over to Sioux Falls. I like the stopping every hour and a half because it really made the ride feel a lot shorter, even though it was a full day of riding. It made it feel shorter and easier for the most part.
What'd you guys think of the Corn Palace?
Well, there's brick on it, so I said, well, what's the significance of this? You go, well, it's made out of corn. I go, well, there's bricks on the bottom. Well, other than that,
It's one of the must-sees, so I'm glad we were
we
able...
didn't go in it. So,
I asked you if you wanted to go in it, and you
said it
you
was
declined.
worth it, so I said,
You'd rather go to the
No, I didn't say it.
bar next door and have a beverage.
yeah.
And a shot of beer.
I wanted to go.
And you wanted to gamble,
I wanted to go to the casino,
but I wouldn't
'cause
let
they
you.
were winning. They said.
Well, of course, that's what they're going to say.
They always say that. Even the loose slots in Deadwood, and they didn't.
Well, we didn't go there to test them out.
Yeah, you did. You tested
And not
38
the loose
specials.
ones.
You lost $38. That's why the 38 special.
That's why he's Justin 38 Special Edwards.
Correct.
Yep, so
Change.
we got
That's
to
what you
see-
need to put on your primary cover. 38 special.
Yeah, we got the Sioux Falls here. We had some dinner at the, what was it, the Tin something?
I forget what it was called now.
The Tin
It was very
Tinners.
good food.
Yeah.
Tinners. It was very, very good food.
Very good food.
And there's a casino in there. I guess
Probably my favorite meal of the.
was
Aside
gonna-
from the gas station food.
Well, we had was some corn dogs every day, so I don't know what to base it on.
No, I had
but you
more than
steak,
that. I had chicken sandwiches. I had a lot of different
chicken
stuff.
sandwiches.
The riding today went a lot easier.
You know
I
what-
felt.
You know what Brett would love is the kids' place. The kids eating on the cruise ship. He would be in heaven.
You literally
yeah.
had you
French
literally had
fries.
chicken strips tonight.
I know because I wasn't sure what the lamb was going to be that good.
My steak was excellent.
So I should have gotten the lamb. I agree. That's okay. So the last day is, well, coming up tomorrow, even though this is already going to be out, but we're going to stop in the Harley dealer here to get our poker chip in Sioux Falls. We're going to go see the falls quick on our way out of town.
Where are the falls compared to where we're going to be?
Just 10 minutes over.
Oh,
Is it really 10 minutes or is it
I'll look
Black
it up.
Hills?
It's
10
not
minutes.
Brett's 10 minutes.
Hold
It's
on.
regular like 10 minutes from here. It's not that big of a deal.
is it cool to see?
I think it's nice to see. It's literally all over this hotel room.
Oh, so we've seen it then.
It's there.
It's still there. That's what this trip should be
Is
called.
it called the falls?
Let's do something like that.
Sioux Falls
Sioux
Falls.
Falls. I don't know, something like that.
Falls squared.
It's just literally downtown. It kind of goes right through their downtown.
I think you should dub this series. It's still there.
It's still there.
Sturgis.
And then after we get out of this town, we plan on stopping somewhere between here and Elberley. And then Elberley, we're going to stop at Bergdale and get our poker chip there. And then Brett and I, you're going to take off and
Is
head
it
home.
That's where
Falls
we
Park?
branch off.
Probably. I like Falls Park. It's town ain't that big. And then we're going to head off.
It must be the Falls Park.
Sure. Probably is.
Is it still there?
It's still there.
It says it's 4 miles away. It's right below the airport.
Perfect. And
Right
we're at
below
the
the-
airport, Clarion.
Do we have
So you're not
to
that far away.
dig down?
Yeah, we have to dig down to a submarine.
Looks like we go south.
Speaking
over.
of digging down, I would have liked to go through a mine. That's one thing that hindsight, if I could have asked to do something, that would have been cool to do a mine tour.
Were there some?
We passed one.
Oh, we did. I saw caves. I saw caves.
There was one between Deadwood and Lead that we passed every day that said mine tours. I think that would have been cool.
I've never done that in all the years I've been out here.
I mean, I don't really care about like trying to like mine for pan for gold or anything like that, but it'd be cool to go through the mines.
And then we're going to head, Brett and I, after you head towards home from Elberley, we're going to head over to Harley in Rochester, grab our poker chip from there, and complete a ride, get home by late afternoon, early evening, hopefully. So it's a little,
Hopefully.
it's like, what is it, like an hour and 30 minutes shorter of a ride today. So theoretically, if we do all we've done, we should get home about 6:30 p.m. or so. Assuming we have roughly the same type of stops. 3 stops and home. So you have like
We're 278, I think, from home.
right. Today we were like 300 and something from here,
And we did 400 today.
and we're doing 100 miles less. So theoretically, we should be home like 2 hours earlier. So about 6 o'clock, maybe 6:30.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to be home by 6. But I'm not making extra Harley visits.
Right, you're not.
All the Harleys that I'm going to be going
They're
past,
all
I've already gone
Walmarts
to.
you. They're just all WalMarts to you with the orange and black stuff.
I don't mean
All we
that to sound bad,
All we
but
get is a Dollar General version of Harley Davidson's where we're from. So
well, okay, to me, you get the specialty stuff. So you get like the special T-shirts, you get the special pins and patches and everything that's special for the Harley.
I like looking
But-
at the home decor stuff they have.
But the home decor stuff's in every Harley.
No, it's not. It's not all the same.
All they have at ours is like little glasses for drinks and a couple things. It's nothing. It's not any what you think it is, but that's okay, Justin. It's okay.
Okay, well, I mean,
You have the.
I'm gonna go.
Walmart-
I'll be going past the Waterloo Harley tomorrow, but I'm not gonna stop. I've been there.
You should.
I got a patch from them
You
already.
have your coin
No, but
He
I have a
doesn't do
pen.
coins.
or a poker chip.
I got a pen.
Okay.
I do pens.
Yeah, but if you already gone past it, then it doesn't matter.
Then-
Yeah, but it looks the same.
Well,
that-
we're just hitting them up because they're on their way home.
I
Yeah,
don't
we've never
mean to
been.
sound bad about it, but it's kind of like when you walk into a Walmart and they have like the collegiate
it's-
special stuff
But
for
the reason why we're stopping at like the one tomorrow or like the 3 tomorrow is because it was on our journey.
yeah. No, I get
And I
it.
haven't been to any of them. I honestly haven't been to Rochester ever.
You haven't been to that one?
Never.
Oh,
Never stepped foot in there.
It's a nice.
I mean, I guess it's different when they don't always have bikes in there too, because I'm always used to the Harleys having bikes. Like
They do have bikes, and there's not as many.
Hill City,
But those are like
Deadwood.
satellite stores.
yeah,
They call them.
Gear and stuff. Or
yeah.
I think the only one out there actually that sells bikes is Black Hills.
That's Sturgis, I think, too.
Oh, yeah,
Sturgis has the bike shop.
Sturgis has a bike portion too, I think.
Yeah.
I think they're part of the Black Hills, though. They're Black Hills. That's
Affiliate?
Yeah, they're the affiliate. So
Correct, but I meant out of all the
All the
Harley
five that we
shops in
went
that
to.
area.
the other ones are just for clothing and.
Yeah, Badlands is just clothing, no bikes. Hill City, no bikes. Deadwood, no bikes.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm just used to the ones that have the bikes. I feel are all very similar with mostly the same stuff with a few special things.
You should go to Great River sometime.
I've been to Great River. I have a patch and a pin.
He forgot then how small it is.
Yeah.
I know it's small, but I mean the shirt I'm wearing right now. This is literally a Great River shirt,
Snap.
Well,
and my hat I was wearing earlier. I got from Great River.
No snap.
Isn't so great, but they did remodel it. And it does look sweet, but they still have just as much gear.
The merchandise is lacking on than most of
But
them
their
I've seen.
express
They
lane's
can.
amazing.
So
But their
I'm
express lane
assuming
is
that
great.
you guys
their service
know
department
this.
is wonderful there.
Compliments to the service.
I'm assu-
They've always been wonderful. They've always taken care of me.
You know, you can get anything that Harley makes from pretty much any Harley store, right?
Yes, we know. We can just call
They
them.
can bring it in.
Correct. I understand that. You're missing the point.
They're missing the point that you have a giant one like Black Hills in Dubuque. We have tiny ones.
Do you know where
like
else you can buy it? You can buy it off Amazon.
Yeah. Well, then when you come down to see me, we can go down to the Quad City one, and there's one in Iowa City too,
Yes, we will.
and they're all the same like affiliate
Perfect.
of the McGrath family.
Yeah,
So
right, we'll do all that.
yeah,
Sounds fun.
and we go to Madison too.
That's next year.
I think,
So as we're starting to wind this down, I think we should do some recaps on what should we do? Favorites, not favorites. What did we learn? What do you want? How do you want to do it?
I think expectations versus reality. I think we've kind of touched on favorites throughout the miniseries.
Sure. Expectations for me.
Expectations versus. Hold on, I just wanted to.
Sure.
Expectations versus reality, and then what did we learn about ourselves from the trip? Would we do it again? Those are the three things.
Justin?
okay, expectations versus reality. The whole rally portion, expectations did not meet reality. Not in necessarily like a negative way. I had a thing painted in my mind of what I was expecting it to be like, and
What was your expectation then?
I don't know, more hardcore, and not just with the pasties. I mean, just like everything. I think-
to the pasties again.
I was expecting to see like a more MC patches, more like gruff looking people. Like I was expecting like it to
Some
be.
families there.
Yeah, there was families there.
That's what I said.
and there kind of is a little bit of an asterisk because we were on the back half of it. But it
Correct.
was still very crowded.
I mean, we were still. I mean, it was still during rally. This wasn't pre-rally, post-rally. It was during the days of
Correct.
rally.
Yep.
So
I thought
my
this would've been
expectation, I was expecting it to be more rough overall. I don't know.
I
Like,
was thinking the same thing. I
and
would've thought
in
that
reality, it's like I didn't feel threatened. I didn't feel like worried.
No.
Everybody was very nice. I mean, I'm expecting people to be nice, but it's not like I looked at somebody and they're like, "Don't look at me. I'm gonna like come chase you down now" or something like that. You know,
right.
like it wasn't Sons of Anarchy by any means. I mean, it was definitely a very cohesive grouping of people. So, in a sense, my expectations, my preconceived notions were not met, and that's not a bad thing.
It's probably a good thing.
Yes, very much a good
I
thing.
expected more shoulder to shoulder, as
Yep.
we had discussed.
I was
Wasn't
expecting
close.
people to try to be passing us in the same lane.
Yeah, well, I think
I was expecting better roads. There were a lot of roads under construction. Wasn't a big fan of that.
You know what I was? You know what my expectation was is not as much riding. I didn't know we were going to do so much riding when we got out here, like on day 3. where we spent literally 11 hours out. I didn't know that's how much riding was going to happen. I thought you just ride out there, then you just kind of ride back and forth to Deadwood and Sturgis and just do those kinds of things. But we did rides, so I didn't expect that. That was not in what I expected, for sure.
What I learned about myself is...
Should we do... Let's do each question, and then we'll just keep moving on.
Oh,
Yeah.
Unless you want to do it... Well, he already started that,
yeah,
that
no,
rotation.
you take over.
Expectations versus reality. I think it was about what I expected. It was a little bit less crowded than I expected as far as like body-to-body people, but there was still a lot of people. It was just spread out so much that it was very nice. I was pleasantly surprised because I am not a big fan of body-to-body, waiting in line for an hour for a drink or whatever you're doing, waiting for food. Like, we didn't have to wait for food when we were out there during the day. We didn't have, there was none of that, but there was still a lot of people. So I was excited that there was as many people there that was there, but I'm also thankful that it wasn't, you couldn't move to go do something because
the photos like from today where they're showing like 3 bikes on Main Street. That would have been very disappointing. We still had crowded Main Streets.
Yeah.
It was the entire Main Street from the Meade County Sheriff's Office all the way to the other end of town was completely packed full of bikes.
Yes.
So it was very, very good. Yeah, everything else was about what was to be expected. I don't know what I expected as far as like the kind of partying aspect of Sturgis, like bleeding into the other areas. But I think that did surprise me how, and I'm not obviously complaining like you were about the pasties, but it was very interesting that was very secluded to like Full Throttle Sturgis area. And once you got to Deadwood, I thought that would be like that in Deadwood too, but that wasn't.
I mean, maybe it was. We weren't looking in the right spots.
No, and that was fine.
Main Street.
And that was fine. Yeah.
There's about 18 casinos we missed, so who knows? Maybe one of them was a little bit more party.
The riding, that was about what I anticipated, what I kind of planned for.
One thing I didn't realize is that, well, we already talked about this, just how long it takes to get to places around there, because it's all windy roads that you go like 30 miles, 35 miles an hour around, so that was unexpected as well. I forgot about that because I'd been here 4.5 years ago, so I kind of forgot all about that aspect.
No.
So what was the next question we had?
What did you learn about yourself?
About yourself. Ooh, this is a good one.
Well, then go ahead.
Okay.
We'll start with Chris.
So for me, I thought about this the whole time I was out there. I'm like, what did I learn about this trip? What did I learn about myself? And I even, this is something we planned 2 years ago, even maybe further, and literally to today, which we're recording this on August 11th, to this day, last year, exactly this day is when we booked that Airbnb. So this has been going on since last year, and it all came to fruition. I learned that I feel like I'm a better rider now, for sure. I feel way more confident. So like going back home, those roads are going to be very simple to maneuver around, like very easy. Once you're starting to wind around those roads, I found out I'm a better rider. Found out that I'm missing my family, obviously, so I don't want to be home away from my family that long, especially with my daughter and wife at home, so kind of miss them as well. And then I also touched on this a couple of days ago. It's like, I feel like this is because of everything that's happening in my life at the moment, that now it's like I'm coming home and this chapter of my life is not of my life, it's just another chapter starting with a whole new life with a baby, no dogs, new house, new adventures, basically. It's almost like it's coming to a close. Just this whole year was, in this whole entire year, and I've said this on the previous podcast, it was like, if I would have thought back a year from ago, at this time when we booked it, that I wouldn't be a teacher anymore, and we wouldn't have our dogs anymore, and we would have a baby, and I would have a new career, somewhat of a new career, I wouldn't have said that. And then making this trip out here is just, I don't know, I think it was a really good experience, fun one to have with you guys. I know there's one disappointed guy that was unable to come with us that probably would have obviously loved to be here with us, but that's just the way the ball rolls, I guess, and I'm glad we could all experience this together, even though it stinks that you have to go a totally different way home. I think that stinks. I wish we could all just be going back to one location like Winona to wrap it up and say, that was fun, rather than say, see ya, Justin at Albert Lee.
Well, that's what happens.
You
That's what happens.
You can just come to my house, and then you guys can ride up the next day.
I have
That way we have-
coming the next day. I got
That way we have the same amount of mileage.
Oh, perfect. So I guess what I learned about myself is that, I don't know, appreciate family, appreciate your hometown. It was fun to get away just for the very short time, but you appreciate where you come from. I like Sioux Falls as well as I like Rapid City, but there's nothing in between there that I was like, oh man, really wish we would have stopped here because there's not a whole heck of a lot
Corn
between
Palace.
here.
The Porn
Other than
Palace.
that. But yeah, I mean, you feel the whole place is really cool, but you're just not at home. So I guess that's kind of what I learned about myself.
Justin?
This will be interesting.
Not really. I mean, you can probably expect what I'm going to say.
I'm still here.
It's still there.
Still here.
I don't know. It was cool to see these things that I had never seen before. But the actual like writing out portion, I'm capable of doing it. Obviously, we're doing it. It's not overly enjoyable, the actual like writing portion.
Yeah, I could
Like,
attest to that.
I'm not going to like say, you know what, I want to go
Like the writing out there or the writing
the writing. I mean, it's
like
not
even
like-
when we were there?
yeah. I mean, having
So
a
you
motorcycle, riding a motorcycle.
So you didn't
it's
enjoy
fun.
it?
It's. I'm not saying that I didn't
Because that's all
enjoy
we
it.
did is ride.
I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it.
He's like, I don't like the ride portion. He's gonna be like that guy on Needles Highway and just bring his bike on a trailer and pull it everywhere.
Pull it up.
taking my bike on a walk on a trailer.
You're also going to sign up for the half marathon too.
So what are you saying? You're gonna sell your bike?
I'm not gonna sell my bike. I like my bike. I like riding.
I think you don't like
I'm-
riding that many.
I'm not a hardcore rider. I'm not going to go sell my car and utilize just my bike for riding. I kind of miss having the car, the air conditioning, and the
Cruise control?
not even that.
Music?
Just the ability to like going around and like looking at things and like shopping. Like pretty much my shopping was limited to 2 T-shirts, a sweatshirt for Lana, and everything else is patches and pins because I can put those on my vest.
Right. Yeah. That was the fun part, though. I like that. Like when you
100%.
when you looked at something, you're like, "Will this fit my saddle?"
Correct.
Although you could have shipped it home, they would have had no problem doing that for
I mean,
you.
I passed up on an axe because there's no legally and
you said you were
realistically
gonna get
feasible way.
That's due to your wife. You said you were going to get divorced.
She might have left me if I brought home an axe
So it
and
wasn't
nothing
due
for
to the
her.
fact that
But
you
I
had a
agree with
story.
you, and I'll kind of touch on. I'll let Justin
think
finish,
that's
but I
fine.
just
We're
wanted.
gonna-
There's a sense of freedom about that.
Yeah, I don't know what
where
it
you
is.
can only pack what's in. I mean, it's the closest thing that we can get to traveling across country, like they did back in the 1800s on a horse. You know, and that's why a lot of you know the. And I don't care what you do. If you trailer your bike out to Rally Week, if you ride your bike out to Rally Week, it doesn't matter one bit to me. I think it's all about the love of going for motorcycle rides and doing it. So, and there's a lot of folks out there that trailer because they can't ride that long distance anymore, or they're coming up from Florida or wherever, and it just simply makes more sense to
Yeah.
trailer it out or whatever the case might be. But there's a sense of freedom behind it, and you know, there's also the hotel people versus you got to rough it and find campgrounds and do this.
That
and
would be terrible.
you know, like, because that's what they did back then is, you know, they rode their horses around. So I mean, it literally is you're trying to get as close to that as I think possible. So there is a sense of excitement with that. Like today when I was at the Hurley shop and I bought that bag, I literally went back and forth, and I'm like, am I going to be able to fit that? Am I going to be able to fit that? I should just order it online and have it shipped. I'm like, but then I'm just buying a bag online. Like
Right,
the whole
yeah.
point of it is like,
Get it from when
give
we're
it
there.
from when we're here, and then can I fit it in? And if I can't fit it in, can Chris fit it in his? Just help
was
me out
always
for a
the-
little bit.
That was always the fallback.
Well, you had said that you had a little bit of space, but
Yeah.
I was able to fit it in.
I didn't know
So
you
when-
bought the thing.
Yeah, so it kind of like adds that element of, all right, I got something that I didn't think I was able to get, and I was able to fit it in. But you're right, you can only fit whatever luggage you have. I think at the end of the day, you could have bought a bigger bag, right? Like And then just there's your extra stuff. Strap it onto the back. Put the bag in the bag and just get a bigger bag.
I mean,
So anyway,
yes, technically that's possible, but
I actually overpacked. I brought my cover, and I would have had a whole full saddlebag, and also.
but we already talked about that. If you wouldn't have brought the cover, it would have been torrential downpour.
I could have jinxed it all. Actually, I well overpacked in my bag too. I had stuff for like 4 days of clothes, and I only probably used 2 days worth of clothing because we're riding all the time. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna put shorts on, and we didn't go out anywhere other than to across the street and down to Bob's place, which didn't require wearing anything special. So I brought extra clothes that I didn't even need. I probably packed twice as much as I needed, even though I packed for 4 or 5 days. So yeah, I don't know.
So anyway, that I just wanted to touch on that that freedom aspect of it. So,
I don't know, like when we were riding
Learning
from
it.
winter to wall, or winter to the Badlands, I guess, because after the Badlands it was a little bit better. But the 2-lane
Much
from
better.
winter to wall, winter to the Badlands,
That was probably the worst part.
when you're driving through 100-degree weather, it felt like you were in an air fryer.
I didn't think it was that bad, but when we got off, you could tell that you were sweating, but I didn't know I was sweating. Even today, I got off the bike, I'm like, wait, I'm sweating? When is
Oh
it
yeah,
sweating?
no, I was sweating like a son of a gun. I was thinking to myself that whole way. It's like, why is this enjoyable to people? I mean, it was uncomfortable.
So you found out that you just like to do the minimal type riding of.
No, and it's not that. I mean,
You're not a hardcore rider.
I'm not a hardcore rider. I never really thought that I was a hardcore rider, but I've really come to the conclusion that I like riding what I ride. Like I will ride from my house up to your house. I mean,
Go places.
yeah.
Not
I mean,
just to ride for riding.
yeah. No,
That's what we did
it's-
on day 3. We rode to ride.
Well, even that. I mean, that's not the thing either. It's just.
Okay.
Riding a motorcycle is never going to be my primary mode of transportation, and I would not be opposed to trailering the 11-hour portion of this and experience just. I mean, we had what did you calculate, like 40, 50 hours of riding that we did while we were there. There's been a lot of hours logged on the
No.
bike.
No.
There had to be.
Yeah, like 10.
Day 3, we had 11. Day 4, it was minimal because we were hanging out in Sturgis.
day 3 was 11. Day 4, I don't even count the hours because we were like in Sturgis and Full Throttle Saloon.
We have
Day
over
5, we had 7.
So we have over
So-
50 hours total, though.
We have 11, 10, 11. That's 32. Plus Sturgis, which was just whatever. I mean, we were gone for quite a while. And then we have 732. That's 39 plus 9. So
But he's right about 40.
we're at 48 hours right now.
Okay, so I mean, it's just a lot of hours logged. I mean, that's a week's worth of work sitting on the bike.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, I guess looking at it from like an economist standpoint, like, I mean, when you're on the bike, you're on the bike, and there's definitely the freedom that comes with that. But as a person that likes to multitask, there's not really a whole bunch I can do
Yeah, like
with
you
my
can't
time.
text or anything.
Yeah, no, I mean, if I have like a thought while I'm riding, I gotta wait till we stop to maybe jot that down, and I'll probably forget it.
Yeah.
So, there's, I don't know, there's
You
just.
can't just like talk to the person like, hey, you see that?
I mean, it's like, I mean, again, you guys have your music and everything. I'm out there just talking to
That's my
myself.
choice.
So
So you don't like music.
okay, but did you like learn anything about yourself?
Yeah, that's what I'm learning about
Oh,
myself.
okay.
Is like I am not a hardcore
You thought
biker.
he was hardcore.
I never thought I
Gotcha.
was
Softcore, just like those
hardcore.
pasties.
Well,
I never-
good thing the hairs and the mustache is coming off
Yeah.
because he ain't
I-
no easy rider.
He's sleazy at it.
He's a sleazy rider.
I know that I can do it.
He Bozo the clown over here.
It would.
He needs a fucking tricycle.
Yeah, you did mention that earlier.
I mean, I would think that I would be more comfortable on a tricycle for rides like this.
That's a guy that likes pasties that ride the trike.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just the thing. Like this would not be.
So basically,
I
what
would
you're saying
rather-
is you
I'd
can't
rather-
find anybody. You're not going to be at any A-bait rally anytime soon.
Probably not.
Probably
Unless
not.
it's close to home.
I mean, if I'm going to be sitting down somewhere, basting in the sun, I'd rather be on a cruise ship.
That is true, yeah. Well,
Given the option, this would not.
yeah, well, I could see that for sure.
So that's the thing. That like
So that's
it's
what you
something I
learned.
feel like everybody that has a bike That's experience enough to do, should do. It's a worthwhile experience to have.
And you gotta ride it out.
You ride it out.
Assuming you're
You gotta do that. But again, if we decide to come back and trailering is an option, I'm gonna trailer.
That's my next question: is do you guys think you would do this again?
Well, Brett has to give what he learned about himself first.
Oh shit!
So I probably have.
I need some water. I have water.
I probably have more from stuff like Chris said, about the exact opposite of what Justin said. Contrary to like what you might think with music, like I had the music on, and there was definitely moments in time that music intensified my ride and made it more enjoyable, or cheesy word, magical. But I had a lot of time to think, and prior to this trip, and I won't get into the reasons why, there was thoughts of possibly even selling my bike. You know, I just wasn't putting the miles on like I had in the past. It was just something that I just wasn't prioritizing, even though I really enjoy riding and doing all sorts of those things. So kind of coming into this trip, it was almost like, okay, I've been riding for 15 plus years now. I at least have to say I've done this, and at least done it once on the cycle, so that if I decide I'm going to sell it, I can say that I did it. Coming out here on this trip has reignited my passion for riding. There's been a couple times throughout the trip where the days were just getting long and I was ready to be back at home base in my comfort zone. But it really, really reignited my desire to ride, to the point that one of the nights, every night at least I was calling Allison, talking to her, checking in, and then every morning I would go on a walk and I would call her and talk with her, that I told her, we 100% have to come out, her and I, to the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally, whenever that is. On a bike.
Okay.
Now, if something were to work out different, let's say there was a couple that wanted to join us and maybe the other like wife or girlfriend or whoever it would be wouldn't want to ride, and then they were a travel or a follow car with all the gear, like that would be fine too. I wouldn't like.
Now that we've done it once, I could see that being, that's fine. Just do that. Drive a car, we can pedal our shit in there, and it's fine.
Correct.
This time we couldn't.
But I would really lean on her riding out, because I think there's that sense of freedom about it. But not only that, but doing other motorcycle trips together. I think there's just like a very closeness to being out on the road, and about the exact opposite. It's how little can you have to survive for this amount of time?
Sure. Because
you only have limited space. You don't have the trunk of a car. I'm an overpacker. You can ask my wife everywhere we go. I overpack. I overthink it. I have to have this outfit for this day, this outfit for this day. Even prior to this trip, one of the things I was looking forward to is a couple pairs of jeans, underwear, and the amount of t-shirts I need, and maybe an extra one. Because if there's anything extra I need, I left room for 3 to 4 t-shirts. And
buy whatever you needed out there.
And I could, yep. And so there was a sense of I had to think less, because I wasn't planning for, typically when I take a vacation, I'll plan like for 2 outfits a day. One for a day outfit and one for a dinner outfit when you go out to dinner at night. There's none of that. You just wear what you wear. You go on a ride, you get back off the ride, you're wearing the same stuff you wore on the ride, and you go out to eat, you go out and do whatever you need to do. So I kind of lost where I was going, but I think that's one of the biggest takeaways for myself as far as my enjoyment of this trip. I absolutely loved it. All the riding was fantastic. Just being able to see it, being able to experience it, smell the smells, do all the stuff. Like, I 100% at some point am going to be coming back with Allison. It's just a matter of when. And I think probably the other thing on more of a personal level too is that I really miss my wife. and I want to be back home, and I'm ready to be back home. So I'm looking forward to that. Aww. And trips like this was a very good trip. I'm obviously happy and honored to have done this trip. I think this is going to be obviously a trip that no one else can take away. Like this week of memories, no one else is going to be able to take these away from us. Like we were able to conquer it, do it, ride it out. You know, we're obviously not home yet, but we were able to do it all. But if we continue to do it or go to Sturgis, if I go to Sturgis again, it's 100% going to be with her. So yeah, I think I learned a lot on that aspect of it. Just kind of reignited that desire to go places and do motorcycle trips. There's just some level of freedom about that I don't think you can replicate any other way.
Yeah. Well, one final thought that I had is I probably wouldn't do it again unless someone really wanted to go. Kind of my brother-in-law, if he wanted, he'd say, hey, I really want to go because I missed out. Would you come with me? I could probably say, yeah, I can do that again, I suppose. Right now, thinking about it, sounds like a terrible idea because it's just a lot of riding. Or if you guys ever said, we really want to go again, I know you want to go with Allison, so that might be one of the trips that you just go on with her. But I don't know if I would do this again unless someone had the passion that really wanted to see it. I found out, here's one thing I didn't think about until we were just talking about this in the hot tub is, I want to go back to the Harley Museum, and I'm more of a history kind of person when it comes to this. I like to learn about the motorcycles. The rally's like a kind of a party situation. I want to go back to the Harley Museum at Milwaukee, which is only about less than 4 hours away, so that's no big deal.
Yeah, a lot of the trips you think about now seem like nothing, like Child's Play. We were kind of talking about that. I think it might have been one of the podcasts. All of these days have seemed to kind of blend together. All these podcasts have seemed to blend. I mean, we have long days and we're doing this, so I don't know if we talked about that at all on a podcast. But yes, some of these trips that we've talked about, like, oh, let's go to Duluth. And at the time before, I was like, oh, God, this seems so far away. It seems like a lot. And that's a long ride. Now I'm like, all right, be there in 4 hours.
Yeah, like no big deal.
Like,
take a couple stops.
Set the cruise control, have lunch, and be there. So anyway, continue.
I just want to go back to the Harley Museum because the last time we were there, I didn't appreciate it much because, well, for one, I was riding in Indiana at the moment, and that's what actually fueled me to want to get the Harley because I appreciated the history so much. And now I want to go back there and take the whole day and go and do the history of that again because I like the history of motorcycles a lot. I don't know why.
Well, you're a car and motorcycle person.
That is true. So
you like all that stuff.
So I want to go back there again and go to the history just for maybe a weekend. We leave on a Friday, come back on a Sunday evening, go to the Harley place all day because they literally have food, the museums there. They have gift shops, pretty much anything you want. Sometimes they have music festivals. So pretty much everything could be in one area. In Milwaukee, when Justin and I went last year, I thought it was a pretty cool place. Or 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, something like that, I'd be 100% down for doing. It's not like I'm going to go sell my bike after, like, I did Sturgis, and I'm going to go sell my bike.
I sell mine. I still like it.
But, again...
You just don't like riding it.
I never said I don't like riding it.
He's going to trailer it to Milwaukee.
No, it's... I wanted to, like...
Oh, sorry, Justin.
I mean, I'm definitely, like, proud and, like, wanted to prove it to myself that I can do it.
Yeah.
But I don't need to prove it to myself. I don't need to prove it to myself again.
Oh, correct.
It's not something that I'm gonna like. But I'm not feeling like the passion that you have like right now. I'm not like being like reinvigorated. Like I want to go do more of this now. It's like no, I can do it. I know I can do it. If I need to do it, I can do it.
And that's the beauty of the trip like this is like what you took from it, what you learned. That's your experience, just like we were talking about with the bikes. Like that's your bike. That's the bike that you enjoy. So just because. Where my train of thought, I'm kind of spaced. But like, just because it was like, oh, I didn't like the riding as much, doesn't like that's the whole point. That's your
style.
It's your style, and I think that's great. And that's the beauty of it is that we all three are going to have different takes off of that, and I think that's what's just so cool about it. Another thing that I thoroughly enjoyed about this trip is I think Justin and I became closer, which is something that I don't think would have happened on any kind of other trip. I think that was a very, I don't want to say pleasant surprise because obviously...
I'm glad you said surprise. It wasn't very pleasant, but...
No, like it was just nice to be able to bond with you more. I've known you for quite a while, but we've never really had...
We've never
this
rode
much,
together.
Yeah, we've never done
experience.
this. We've never like ridden together. Like like once again, that goes back to this experience. No one can take this experience away from all three of us. I've known Chris a very long time.
Yeah.
But getting to know you on a deeper level and having the conversations that we've had throughout this entire trip has been very exciting, and I think that obviously it brought us closer together. So I'm very grateful for that as well. So
No, yeah, absolutely.
needs to be said.
The brotherhood level that has leveled up per se.
Yeah.
Between all of us. I mean,
100%.
that like we're out here all roughing it together, and
Roughing it.
Roughing
That's
it.
a quote unquote.
As we're sitting in a Hampton Inn
That's clear.
with a Clarion Inn with a
Clarion Suite
80-inch
store.
TV. No,
all right,
I know what
we're batching it up together.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. So you guys kind of already, I think we've all already answered the will we do it again. So we'll just skip over that because that was already incorporated. So now we will go with what Chris originally said. I think favorite moment. Favorite moment
for me.
And your thing that you were looking forward to is the breweries.
We only hit up 2 of them, but that's okay. I mean,
You didn't get the full throttle tattoo, but that's okay.
but my favorite thing that I was unexpected was the ride back from Devil's Tower in Wyoming to Spearfish. That was an unexpected.
It was
I'm
not
so glad
planned.
we didn't go back the way we came because
Yeah,
that was
100%.
going on the interstate again, which is you're just sitting there kind of muscling through an interstate. This was nice, winding 60-mile-an-hour turns, not the switchbacks. And I like those, as I said earlier in the week. I like those better where you're kind of winding and you're just kind of gliding back and forth with your body, not trying to balance a bike going 10 miles an hour. That's kind of like going through your course when you first had to get your bike license, it seems. So that was pleasantly surprising, and the lack of cars was really cool to the point where you could look out and appreciate it for a second or two and come back on the road and then look again and just see all the mountains. And then to cap it off, and again, you spoke on this, I like breweries, and we went to a very nice one, and I thought that was a cool town that didn't even think twice about.
Spearfish?
Yeah, wasn't even thinking about it.
Yeah.
So that was my favorite moment, was that portion of that ride that I was not expecting. I expected the Mount Rushmore. I knew Needles Highway, but I didn't know how difficult it was, so it kind of took away from the pleasure, but it was still cool at the same time, but not my favorite ride by any means. So that was my favorite moment of that.
Justin?
So I kind of had these feelings through certain parts of the trip. The Badlands, I kind of felt this definitely like through like the Black Hills too, just kind of like a heightened sense of like spirituality, just like the old soul of the earth type of thing. Like I would imagine riding through these areas that the natives that were out here, like Devil's Tower, where they had the prayer trees and stuff like that, that there is just so much like connection to like the spiritual side of everything. So to me, my favorite part, kind of connecting all of that, was the deer.
Oh. Yeah.
The first night that we were in Sturgis, we had 3 bucks come up, and there's 3 of us, and we had 3 bucks, and it just kind of felt like, I don't know, like
They knew Justin was here.
it felt like our ancestors coming to check on us, type of thing, like very like native like style, like we're just.
I saw the one the next morning, but didn't see him the rest of the time.
I saw 2 of them crossing the street the next day too.
But then haven't seen him since.
But I mean, literally, we show up in Sturgis.
Lead.
We get there and we enjoy the nightlife. We're coming home, and literally, like out of the trees, here comes 3 bucks. And I don't know. It just had. I'm kind of getting like a little.
No. Because I mean, I know we talked about that on previous podcasts that it was going to be hard to top that.
I mean,
on a very deep level. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It just really felt like.
And to be able to touch them.
Yeah.
And feed them. And I was petting the nose and the felt or the velvet on the antler.
Yeah.
and like scratching him.
And I'm like literally having like shivering here.
And he was
just
like
thinking about it.
He's just
again.
like chilling. I mean, I know I had a little pink coconut thing for him, but like,
right, you feel the big
but I was
coconut.
still petting a wild deer. Like no one does that.
But
we
yeah.
all were.
No, so just like hindsight on that, I guess we were kind of talking tonight at dinner about you had like your dream with like Juice.
Oh yeah, where I saw him clearly in my dream one time, and now it's kind of faded since.
I mean, I would just imagine going on the Indian side. I mean, you've been kind of going the cowboy side of everything, like roughing it.
Yeah.
But like going from like the native side of experiencing that region,
100%.
if we weren't looking at it as from like a cowboy side, if we were looking at it from
From the native
the
side.
native side, and 3 bucks come out, I feel like that could have easily been
We have to look that up.
3 of our ancestors, like my grandpa that I have like my tattoo for. I could have totally seen that being like him coming, like his spirit coming to like check on us, and that like
Sure.
one of them could have been Juice. And
Rocky.
I mean, I don't. I'm assuming that Brett, you would have a male figure in your life that it has passed, and
Yeah, my former boss.
yeah, exactly. I mean, and it just kind of seems like if you're like taking it from like that side of
3
thing,
of us and 3 deer.
3 of us, 3 deer,
Bucks.
bucks
Yeah.
coming out of the woods,
Yeah.
and just coming up to us like we're like family.
Yeah, that was interesting.
So that was my favorite part.
Brett?
Stand by.
Stand by. You know what? Here's another funny while we're standing by. First night Justin goes to cover his bike. I did a TikTok live, and over 180 people at one point were watching you cover your bike for about a minute.
I swear that you said there was 700 total views.
No, it was like 170 at one point. Then I think it went to 186, and then went all the way down
Do
to
I-
just 6.
Do you
Oh, you talking about the spirituality thing of $3 coming up to us?
do you want me to read this?
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
well, I mean, people are
Because this is
listening.
really going to blow your mind.
Okay.
So this is just the AI overview from Google. Shout out Google. So I typed in, what do deer coming up to humans in the wild mean spiritually? And it says, in spiritual context, a deer approaching humans in the wild can be a powerful symbol, often associated with gentleness, intuition, and new beginnings.
I said new beginnings, didn't I? About like this is kind of, I got a new chapter in my life about to start. Okay.
It may suggest a need to be
Now I have
more in
goosebumps.
tune with one's intuition or to approach a situation with greater sensitivity and grace. The deer's presence can also be interpreted as a sign of good luck or a reminder to embrace innocence and purity.
Now I have goosebumps.
Deer are known for their gentle nature and keen senses. Their appearance may indicate a need to approach life with more kindness, understanding, and sensitivity. Deer are often seen as creatures of intuition. Their presence may be a sign to trust your instincts and follow your inner guidance. In some interpretations, deer can symbolize new beginnings and fresh starts. Seeing one might suggest a period of change or a chance to embrace new opportunities. Purity and innocence. Deer are often associated with purity and innocence. This can be a reminder to approach situations with a sense of childlike wonder or to reconnect with a sense of purity within oneself. Good luck and protection. Some cultures view deer as symbols of good luck and protection. Their appearance might be interpreted as a positive omen. Ultimately, the specific spiritual meaning of a deer approaching you can be very personal and may depend on your own beliefs and experiences. Consider the context of the encounter and how it makes you feel to gain deeper insight to its meaning for you.
Well, there you have, folks.
I think it checks most of those boxes.
See, I just don't know if we can top that.
That was probably the favorite moment in time for me. Favorite time out there was, I love Custer State Park.
Yeah.
I love riding through the gulches of Deadwood and Lead. Sturgis was fun too, just to experience that, but just the riding and the sense of what this has done for me and the time that I've had to like reflect on things that are going on.
Sure.
So all of it all connected.
Yep. Well, anything else? Almost 2 hours in. Did we miss anything? Any final thoughts?
No, I'm sure we missed something.
Oh, I'm sure we did.
But
We are planning a reunion at some point in time where we're
tell-all.
actually going to sit down
Sit down.
at HQ.
HQ. Headquarters.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess we're going to end it there then. For those who are listening, please like, share, subscribe, and 5-star this podcast. If you've been to Sturgis, comment. Leave your favorite thing that's ever happened or anything like that. Share your experiences because for us, this was our first time ever. But we are going to make the journey home tomorrow, and we will see you next week. Cheers.
Vroom, vroom.
vroom, vroom.
Boom.